We are back coming at you, starting with the Monday slate here. 9 games to go over on DraftKings and Fanduel. Hope you guys had a great weekend, and we're going to get right back to it this Monday. Let's get into it. Hey, yo! Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your Monday night slate showdown on DraftKings and FanDuel, giving you the top plays at point guard all the way to center, chipping in with some value plays and the lock of the night. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessageSD. And if you're currently a viewer and not a subscriber, go ahead and click that subscribe button right now. Currently at 776. The goal is 1K. 1K will be the cash giveaway. All right, now let's deep dive into this, giving you quick and precise information on each and every position. Starting off with the point guard position. We're starting out with someone right in smack dab in the middle of value, and that will be Goran Dragic. Okay, Goran Dragic for the Brooklyn Nets at 5,300. This is a home game for the Brooklyn Nets, so that means no Kyrie Irving. When you get these situations, you have to key in on a certain kind of guys, all right? We already know about Kevin Durant. We already know about Bruce Brown. Even though he's at 6,000 salary, he has still been producing in a myriad of facets. The guy that still has not come up to be corrected in his price is Goran Dragic at 5,300. 2 games back-to-back against Dallas and Portland, 30.25 fantasy points and 30.5 fantasy points. We're seeing him in one game scoring the ball 9 to 16, and in that Portland game, he was more a facilitator playing solid defense where he had 10 assists and 3 steals, chipped in with a couple buckets right there. Hopefully, you can put all those things together going up against Utah Jazz, which should be a very back and forth type of game. They got Donovan Mitchell, they got Jordan Clarkson, those types of guys. This is going to be a very intriguing match for the Jazz going against the Brooklyn Nets. I like Goran Dragic as the point guard for tomorrow. Let's move over to the shooting guard position. And the first one we're going to look at will be Tyler Hero, all right? Tyler Hero has been very consistent, even with Kyle Lowry coming back. Kyle Lowry, more of a defender, 3-and-D type of guy. Facilitates, yes, but he has not been the focal point of this offense. Tyler Hero coming off that bench has been the sixth man of the year. Look at this consistency that we're seeing here from that Minnesota game where he scored 30 points, Detroit where he scored 29, and then the Thunder game where he scored 26 at 7,400. He stayed around this price range, and he's basically getting you almost 45 to even 50 DraftKings points, okay? 48 against Minnesota, 42 against Detroit, and 41 against the Thunder. And this is a game against Philadelphia 76ers. Very highly competitive. This game has the prospects to go to overtime when you got these two dominant teams going at each other. I like Tyler Hero coming off that bench, giving a solid punch for that Miami Heat going against the Philadelphia 76ers. I love Tyler Hero, 7,400. All right. Let's continue to go to the next position, the small forward position, and we will be looking at Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine is at another point where we have to take advantage. If you remember about 2-3 weeks ago, I was playing Zach LaVine because he was below 8K. Now we get another situation where he's right back below 8K. All right. When we used him before, he was around 8K, as you can see, against Atlanta and against Milwaukee. He had 38, then he had 52 fantasy points, and then he got rocketed back up to 83, 84, and he's come down, struggling against the Phoenix Suns, which is understandable. Very, very good defensive team. Only 1 for 7. I think he'll definitely 100% bounce back going up against the Toronto Raptors in a home game. Zach LaVine has 7,600. He has not been here all season. All right, if you want to be frank, like the time we took advantage of for him before was only 8,000. Now we're getting him at 7,600. This man has been all the way up to 10,000. I'm going all the way back to the beginning of the season. He has never been this cheap. Give me Zach LaVine at the small forward position. Let's go over to power forward. And we have a situation here where we want to take advantage of some injuries. And the guy we're going to be looking at power forward will be Marvin Bagley III, going up against the Portland Trail Blazers, who has a bunch of young guns, up and down type of game environment, and they do not play defense. They have Ole defense, a bucket here, a bucket there, a rebound there, a block, a steal. Everyone gets stats. Okay, when you're going up against the Portland Trailblazers, Marvin Bagley, in a situation where Jeremy Grant was out in that game against Orlando, you get the same situation here going up against Portland. So in that game on the 17th, he had 20 real points, 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. Marvin Bagley can definitely put something together similar to that in this game environment at $5,900 salary, under 6K. But the opportunity is the key. Opportunity in minutes, and I like Marvin Bagley as the power forward for Monday. Now, let's go over to our center position. And you know where I like to poke and pry, go back, rinse, and repeat. We have Charlotte on the menu, and we have a very good center going to begin Charlotte, and that's Jonas Valanciunas at 8,300. Do not get away from the formula. It's been working all season. You see your center going up against the Kings and Hornets. You take the center going up against the Kings and the Hornets, all right? Valanciunas at 8,300 can give you a 50 burger anytime he wants, all right? Against Atlanta, 26, 12, 4, and 1 steal. Against the Houston Rockets, 32, 3, and 10 with a steal in there as well. So we're getting in a situation where there's no Brandon Ingram. It's kind of like a two-man game between McCollum and Valanciunas. Expect Valanciunas to scrap up all the rebounds and be utilized down below, making Mason Plumlee a toy for him. All right, so Valanciunas is 8,300. I love his price right there. Now let's go to the value, and we're gonna go head on over to FanDuel. All right. Some of the value that I like to look at is Jordan Clarkson at that point guard position on FanDuel at 600. If you're looking at Clarkson on DraftKings, he is 6,600. So it's a better price on FanDuel, at $6,000 cheaper. But I just have to let you guys know that the discrepancy on both sites. But Clarkson has been stepping in with no Bogdanovich. It's pretty much Mitchell and Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson is usually a six man, but there is a lot of guys out for the Utah Jazz. If you just look at this right here, let me show you all the guys that are missing for the Utah Jazz. We go to Utah. There's no Mike Conley. There's no Bogdanovich. Um, Let's see. There's a few other guys. There's no Daniel House. There's no Azubuike. There's no Forrest, who's a backup shooting guard, small forward. So they're really limited on guys that can handle the ball and put the ball in the basket. So we're gonna lean on Jordan Clarkson in this situation at 6,000 here. Provide a nice scoring punch. He's gonna get well over 15 to 20 shot attempts. So he just has to knock it down, which should be a very high scoring game environment against the Brooklyn Nets. I like Jordan Clarkson. Let's move down. This is another play. This is not really value here. I have more value down below. But Cade Cunningham, this was going to be the lock of the night. But I found someone just a little bit better, all right? Just a little bit better. Cade Cunningham against Portland. He has been putting great games together. I really think he's finishing the year strong, similar to what John Morant did last season coming in as a rookie. Cade Cunningham is finishing the year like this, and he should be a very high draft pick on fantasy leagues and NBA. Get him early, okay? Because you're in for a gem. All right, Cade Cunningham has been very solid the past 3 games. 43 fantasy points, 53 and 45. All right, he even has a 55 against Atlanta. Now he goes against the Portland Trail Blazers, which should be a much easier type of game for him to put up points, get assists, and rebounds at 8,400. What he's putting up, he should be around that 9+ range. So you're getting a discount on Cade Cunningham right now. I love him at his price. All right, let's continue to go down to the value. Another guy we have is Precious Achiuwa for the Toronto Raptors going up against the Chicago Bulls. One of the weaknesses for the Chicago Bulls is point guard and center, right? They give up a good amount of points and rebounds to the center position. Achiuwa is technically not the starter, but he is getting starters minutes. So if we're looking at what the Toronto Raptors are doing. They're starting Khem Birch at the center position. All right. And they're only giving him a limited amount of minutes, 17, 21, 11, 21. No, nothing solidified there. But if you're looking for Ochoa, he's the guy that's been providing energy for this team. And will have to bang down low with the center for the Chicago Bulls. But Ochoa has been putting up solid numbers, 18 and 5 against the Lakers, a double-double against the Lakers again, 11 and 7 against Phoenix, and 15 and 4 against Denver. We're looking for him under 5K on DraftKings and right at 5K on FanDuel, putting in a solid amount of points, and hopefully he'll chip in with some rebounds. If we can get a double-double from him, it's icing on the cake. If we're looking for someone just in the middle to give us a solid amount of points, I can lean on Precious Achiuwa on Monday, okay? Let's go with another guy that we're going to look at for our value plays, and that is Isaiah Stewart here for the Detroit Pistons, all right? Isaiah Stewart is in a situation where this will be Jeremy Grant injury day for the Pistons. I already gave you Marvin Bagley. So in that game against Orlando, Isaiah Stewart stepped up with 29 minutes, 16 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, a nice double-double there. So we're hoping for the same situation with no Jeremy Grant. We have Marvin Bagley, and Isaiah Stewart can help chip in with another double-double on the slate at 5,300. You're getting someone that is going to get starters minutes at that power forward position. He has flexibility. So you don't waste the center spot on FanDuel, and that's great as well. But on DraftKings, you do have to spare that center spot. But luckily, there's two centers. Okay, you can play two centers on DraftKings, only one on FanDuel. So I like the prospects of Isaiah Stewart on both of these sites. Okay, and especially the price on DraftKings. So let's continue to go on with the lock of the night, and the lock of the night will be Karl Anthony Towns going up against the Dallas Mavericks. Mavericks are one of the worst teams in the league. Bottom five going up against opposing centers, and especially talented centers. So if we get this opportunity here, I have to take full advantage of it. We're looking at Karl Anthony Towns here at 10,400. Currently questionable, game time decision. We're looking at, from all reports, that he is going to play. If things change, obviously we will change things up, revert back to Kate Cunningham, because I did like him as the lock of the night. We could definitely go with that one. Or you can go and get a little creative with Towns. That gives the option to Naz Reid as the backup center, and he'll become a very big play on the Monday slate. But as it goes for right now, Towns is going to play, and I love his prospects going against the Dallas Mavericks. In two previous matchups against the Mavericks, he has scored 50 fantasy points. He is averaging 25, 1 block, 6.5 assists, and 10.5 rebounds. That is something I have to focus in on at and below 11,000 at 10,400 on DraftKings, and his price is 9,900 on FanDuel. Absolute steal on FanDuel, and definitely on DraftKings. Definitely a solid price there, but definitely 100% worth locking in Towns on FanDuel at below 10K for what he's going to provide. Basically, what I just read off is a triple-double. All right, so we're going to go with Karl-Anthony Towns as our lock of the night. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know in that comment section down below if you have any other suggestions at the point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, center, value play, or lock of the night. We can definitely discuss that down below. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MetsNetsJetsD, and I'll be back with another video very soon. Peace out, guys.